Good afternoon, good evening. How you all doing? And welcome to another episode of Chatterbox. Hope everyone's doing good. Hope you're all doing fine. Thank you for joining me today, guys. How you doing? Please, before I start, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, all that great stuff, guys. Let's get into some Manchester United news. Look, guys, you would have been mistaken on thinking that Manchester United actually lost yesterday. The way that some of the fan base have been acting this last, 24 hours or so. They've been acting like we've lost the game. Lots of people have brought out their negative train. They got glass half empty, of course. And I don't get it. I get that, you know what, Man United are nowhere near where we need to be. We got problems within that team. We struggle sometimes 20, 30 minutes in games. We do. And I understand that. And I understand the constructive criticism in regards to that. But majority of that is not down to Ruben Amorim. Majority of that is down to the players that he has available. We have a very, very thin squad, guys. And you know what? We said it at the beginning of the season. We said at the beginning of the season that, you know what? Give it a couple of months. People are going to forget about Ineos. They're going to forget about the Glazers. They're going to forget about the 4 out of 10 window. They're going to forget all about that. And here we are, lo and behold, even earlier than I thought, to be honest with you. And everyone is writing off the manager. The manager's to blame. The manager's the guy. The manager's the front page of the newspaper. He's the PR guy. And look, yesterday we actually won a very, very difficult game, a game that many teams have gone and have not won, including the top 4. So for Man United to go there, of course, we were going to struggle. Of course, you could bring in context. You could say, oh, well, Crystal Palace only played in the midweek. So what? Sometimes having that game in the midweek actually helps a game intensity, match practice, match fitness, and stuff like that. Football doesn't deal with absolutes, guys. It doesn't deal with absolutes. So you just can't say that, oh, well, they played in midweek, so they lost. Because many of people, the same people, a few days ago, before the game, was saying that, oh, Man United are going to lose this game. Stop being so delusional. You think Man United are going to lose this game? Even during the stream, when it was happening, they were saying Man United are going to lose this game. And, I tended to look at something from a different point of view. Man United won the game. Thankfully, Man United won the game. But you know what? You would have figured if you woke up today and you read the Twitter pages and you read all the social media and obviously the news outlets, you would have been forgiven for thinking that Man United lost the game yesterday. And it does absolutely make me go mad. Absolutely. Guys, I can write a question, right? I can write a question on my Twitter page or my social media outlets and say that, oh, well, you know what? We did well. Well done, Ruben Amorim, for making the sub for changing the game at halftime, because it's pretty evident that something happened at halftime with Ruben Amorim and those players. There was something there that happened, and they changed at halftime. I know that these players have got a habit of switching it on and off. I know that. I ain't delusional. I know that. But it changed. Ruben Amorim done something at halftime. He said something at halftime, whether they got a rollicking, whether he made a tweak, whatever it is, he done something at halftime and he changed the game. And I think that he deserves praise for that. And it's not the first time. He has demonstrated that he is a talented manager. He's demonstrated. Is he stubborn? Yes, he's stubborn. But we have the makings of a very talented manager, guys, to keep us in touch with this team, with a 4 out of 10 window, with the players that have been there for years, flattering to deceive. I would say that he's a good manager and we need to show faith and we need to show patience. This is what we need to do, because I actually believe Man United will qualify for the Champions League this year. I may be one of the few, but I actually believe that Man United are going to qualify for the Champions League this year. I actually believe Man United are going to do bits this year. I think they're going to do well this year. And I've said that at the beginning of the season. You never know where we can go. I don't trust these players. This is the main thing. I don't. Of course I don't. But I do believe with the way that we're playing in regards to in patches and winning games, I know we're winning games with moments. But every game is decided with moments. Every game is decided with moments. And Ruben Amorim, the key is here, guys. Ruben Amorim knows the problem. He's spoken about the problem. He knows the problem. And he has been speaking about the problem, religiously over the last few weeks. Now, it's up to Ineos, it's up to the board to back Ruben Amorim in January. They need to back him with the players that he needs, the players that he desires, to get him into the place or to get us into the place that we deserve, which is the Champions League places, qualifying for the Champions League and stuff like that. That's what we need, guys. Absolutely. That's what we need. Just bear me a second, guys. Bear me a second. Just going to do something real quick. Thanks, guys. Sorry about the sound difficulties, of course, guys. Good to have it. Thank you for being patient. Yeah, so this is what I'm talking about. This is what I mean about it, guys. So, I just believe that the way that I've been reading tweets, the way, I call them mandem. I'm going to call them mandem from now on. It's the mandem talk. The mandem talk is the talk of a very, very low IQ football fan who gather together in little spaces and start talking their smack and talking their nonsense, of course, and hoping that the manager fouls to prove a point. And this is what I'm seeing. It's more to do with opinions more than anything else. That's what it is at the end of the day, Big up, Bobby. What's going on, my guy? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Hope everything is blessed with you. Good to see you, my friend. Good to see you again. Bless up, my guy. Of course, hope everything is fine with you. Peace and blessings, RJ. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you in the stream. Big up, Kenny. You can make a poll who is being scapegoated the most by your own fans, Amram or Lenny Yoro. Look, whether it's Dorgu, Lenny Yoro, Amram, there's many. And it is the main mandem criticism again. Lenny Yoro is a young lad, and we are very, very close to destroying the player. Part of me, I said it earlier, part of me was so happy that Mason Mount went up to Lenny Yoro at full time and put his arm around Lenny Yoro and actually said, "Don't worry, lad, we got you," and stuff like that. I think that was brilliant. And I think that he echoed every single one of us, because at the end of the day, he's a young lad. He's going to make mistakes. I remember great players coming to this football club who became legends, who walked into Man United and made mistakes initially. Patrice Evra, Jaap Stam, Nemanja Vidic. They all made mistakes when they first walked into Manchester United. But what we have to do, guys, when the adversity strikes, when it's difficult for those players, we have to bat them. We have to bat them. We can't just step away and and say, "Oh no, he's being cooked. He's not this. He's that. He's this. He's that. He's rubbish. He's a fraud. He's this." We can't do that with young players. And you know what? I saw it when Lenny Yoro walked off the pitch. I saw how disappointed he was. I saw how low he was. He's changed his Instagram. He's changed his Instagram picture. He's just taken away the profile picture. It's not good, guys. Come on, it's not good. We're Manchester United. And this is what we're talking about. We're supposed to be Manchester United here, guys. We are supposed to be that club. We have class. We're supposed to have class, guys. That's what we are supposed to have. But we are demonstrating everything that we are not. And we know who they are. We know about the mandem. We know about them. We know about those big voices out there that keep yapping. That's what they do. And whether it's Dorgu, whether it is Lenny Yoro, whoever it is, I feel like this is unacceptable. And I feel like a lot of the fans need to unite and get behind Lenny Yoro. And I think Lenny Yoro should start in midweek. I do. Play him. Get him back into confidence, because at the end of the day, we back him, I back him, and I believe he's going to be an absolute world beater one day, guys. He will be. He's still very young, and we have to remember that. So is Dorgu. Dorgu's 20. Lenny Yoro's around the same age. So at the end of the day, we got to be careful with these players. That's what I'm saying. We got to be careful with these players. Absolutely, Kenny. Sal, I wonder which is so quiet on Semenyo and United, but City and Liverpool news are there. It really suspicious, because I don't actually believe Man United are wholeheartedly in for Semenyo. Semenyo's a player that Man United admire, but Man United don't believe that is a priority at the moment. Obviously, Semenyo can play on the left, he can play on the right. It'd be a great signing. But the problem is this, guys. What we have to remember, Man United already have Cunha and they already have Mbeumo in that attacking third. So the problem with Semenyo at the moment is Semenyo doesn't want to play as a left wing back, and we can't force Semenyo to play as a left wing back. He doesn't want to play there. That's not his position anyway, and we've already got Cunha, we've already got Mbeumo. So Man United don't want to spend a bunch of money on a position that theoretically we don't really need. We will need him during the AFCON, of course we will, but what happens after the AFCON? What happens with the players that are going to be coming back and stuff like that? So Man United priority is the midfield. It's the wing backs. That's what Man United want to concentrate on. And if Semenyo is not up for the task of playing on that left wing back position or the right wing back position, then you can't blame him at the end of the day, because he doesn't want to do that. It's exactly what happened with Giovanni Quenda. Giovanni Quenda didn't want to play that left wing back, that right wing back position, of course. RJ, to me, mainly will be so important this AFCON. I hope so. It needs to be, of course. Big up, Jamie. What's going on, my friend? I hope you're doing well. Good to see you. Of course. Sal, Amram don't play the kids. He's ruining the team. All I see today is Lenny slander. This is exactly why he's not playing them. Exactly, my friend. They aren't ready to be first teamers. Toxic flip-flop fan base. Didn't he say during midweek, Jamie, that, he's not playing Dorgu because obviously he's anxious? We got to understand this, guys, that a lot of Lenny Yoro, even Rasmus when he was at our club, Sesko, Dorgu have been thrown into the deep end. They've been thrown into the deep end. And then if anyone knows about development of youth, it is Ruben Amorim. I know that people want to deny that, but if you look at Giovanni Quenda, Ignacio, Diamande, Huymond, Jokeres, should we go on, guys? Should we go on? There's so many players that he has made, at the end of the day. And he knows about how to nurture young players and how to get them in the right frame of mind. And I said it a couple of weeks ago. I said it about Ruben Amorim's not playing certain players because he doesn't want to bring them into an environment that is going to be detrimental to their future and it can completely ruin them. Like, for example, Everton game last week, right? There were many people saying, we should have thrown Shea Lacey in. We should have thrown Shea Lacey in. Imagine we throw Shea Lacey in. We lose 1-0 anyway, 1-0 or 2-0 anyway against Everton, 10 men. That's going to affect Shea Lacey. When you're bringing in these young players, you need to get them into an environment. You need to bring them into an environment. Like, for example, if Man United were 3-0 up, against Bournemouth at home with 10 minutes to go, that's when you bring on Shea Lacey. You don't bring on Shea Lacey when you are, losing 1-0 to Everton against 10 men Everton. You don't do that because that is going to have an effect on him long term and you can actually destroy the player. This is what we're talking about. And I think Ruben Amorim knows this. And Ruben Amorim, as I said, knows it more than anyone. I know it because I've seen youngsters at Man United make it. I've seen Man United players not make it, young players not make it. I've seen the class of 92. I know how they were nurtured with the winners in that squad. Of course, they were winners in that squad, of course. And people think that the class of 92 were brought in 95, 96. They actually weren't. They were drifted into the team 94, 95, 93, 94 in the League Cup, in the Champions League and stuff like that. I'll never forget the game against Galatasaray in 1993, 1994, I think it was, 94, 95, where we played a whole bunch of youngsters, that including Simon Davies and David Beckham and those players, and Paul Scholes. And it obviously helped them in good stead. And then they were slowly drifted into the team. But not only drifted into the team, they were drifted into the team with actual winners. There were actual winners in that team. Do you know what I mean? And that's what we're saying, And this is what we have to be very careful of and cautious. Hey, Mark, you legend. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Afternoon, Sal, the community. Hope you are good. Good to see you, man. Buzzing for the win. Fed up with the mentality. I'm fully Amorim in. Keep it up, my friend. Glory go, Man United. Come on, Marky. I hope you're doing well, my brother. I hope you're well, man. A legend of Stretford Post, of course, guys. A new CEO of Stretford Post, Mark. Big up yourself. Hope you're doing well, brother. Prayers and thoughts are with you every single day, my guy. Good to see you. RJ, Gomez was good against Villa, but maybe it's because Villa were a bit leggy after the Europa. I didn't see that one actually, but guys, big up. Everyone hit the like and subscribe button, please. Thank you, guys. Don't forget to subscribe, guys. We need to get those subscriptions up. Let's get the likes. Let's get everything going. Let's get it spinning, guys. Let's do that. Absolutely do that, guys. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you so much, my friend. Slices, I say, bro, this is so mad. There are too many fakes hiding between the United shirt. It is insanity. Their so-called United channels keep slandering United. Utterly disgusting. Guys, listen, I predicted this. Slices, I say, spot on, my friend. I predicted this. Look, you can have a constructive criticism. You can have a conversation about Ruben Amorim, where he's going wrong, what he should do to improve, this and that. That is a constructive, sensible, mature conversation that we can have about Ruben Amorim, how he can improve. Is he going to last? What is he doing wrong? And that's fine. But these guys do not want Ruben Amorim to succeed. They do not want Ruben Amorim to be Manchester United manager. They want Ruben Amorim to be sacked so they can turn around and say, hold that, so they can retweet or quote tweet old tweets and say, see, hold that. That's what they're interested in. That's all they're interested in. They're only interested in that. They have no interest in Manchester United. They have no interest in Ruben Amorim succeeding, because it would mean that they will be wrong, which they hold in higher regard than Manchester United. That's what it's all about. And I think it's about time that all those people listening to them, thinking that same thing that we're thinking today, come over here, forget that lot, come over here to a proper Manchester United channel, a Manchester United channel full of Manchester United fans, because they certainly aren't. They're there for the banter, they're there for their opinion, they're there to worship their opinion, they're there for self-worship. That's what they are at the end of the day, guys. Don't tell me anything else at the end of the day, guys. I've seen them, guys. I've seen them in Tottenham shirts. I've seen them face-to-face in Tottenham shirts. They can't pull wool over my eyes, guys. There's a big content creator I've seen in an Arsenal shirt in East London. So listen, I don't want to even talk about them. They're absolute frauds, guys. And I'll tell you that right now. Big up, Slice of Sib. RJ, who's the young Brazilian centre back? Yeah, I'm going to get into that now, my friends. In regards to the young Brazilian centre back, Luis Eduardo of Grêmio. He is an under-17 Brazil international, 13 caps for Brazil, 3 goals. The player is an absolute superstar. Is wanted by other clubs around Europe. Only 17 years old. Luis Eduardo from Grêmio. Manchester United are looking at him and have started initial talks with Grêmio. And speaking of initial talks, Manchester United has started the groundwork in regards to a few midfielders around Europe, including Conor Gallagher and players of that ilk, in regards to a move in January, in regards to getting a player in January. So initial talks have started with Manchester United and various midfielders around Europe. And you're going to hear a lot about them in the next couple of days, about these midfielders that Man United are in talks with. Man United want to reinforce that midfield. They want to add weight onto that squad and make that squad better, and obviously help Ruben Amorim along the way. How much weight you put on this, it depends. Obviously, words and buzzwords and stuff like that, I don't fall for anything like that. But I am hearing positive noises from the right people, and I do believe that we will get a player or two in January, hopefully, so that Man United can have a better chance of getting into the Champions League, of course. Now, one bit of news that I've heard, and I've ignored it, to be honest, guys. I have ignored it. I've ignored it for the last, let's say 2 weeks now, about this player, Federico Valverde. Now, the 27-year-old Real Madrid superstar Valverde has been linked with a move to Manchester United. Now, why is this not in the realms of possibility? Why is this impossible? Let me tell you one thing. He's 27 going on 28. He's 130 million euro rated, right? So there are a lot of rumors coming out, a lot of noises coming out about, Valverde might go to Man United. Valverde is looking for a new challenge, by the way. He's looking for a new challenge and he wants to play in another league, and the league is the Premier League. Now, that could be anyone. That could be Man City. That could be Chelsea. That could be Liverpool. That could be anyone. But certainly, I don't see Man United paying 130 million for Federico Valverde, guys. I really don't see that happening. It would be lovely. But at the same time, I think we're absolutely bonkers to do that. I would think that we're absolutely mad to spend that money on Valverde at that age, if you know what I mean. But if it happened, it happened. But I actually think that it's an absolute no. It's not going to happen, and I don't think Man United will be going after Valverde. Guys, I just want to clear that up. But there is a lot of noises going around. Man United are being used. Again, as we always are, we're being used by the media and the other clubs in regards to getting a price for their players, getting a contract for their players and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? Valverde's coming to that age now, you know what I mean, where he wants a new contract. He may want a new club. He may want a big payoff and stuff like that. Do you know what I mean? So obviously Man United and the fans have to be very cautious of what we believe and what we feed into. So I'm going to say this. Valverde for me is an absolute no. It's not going to happen. However, Luis Eduardo, centre-back for Grêmio, is a realistic proposition. Could happen in January, could happen at the end of the season. He is a centre-back, under 17 international for Brazil, of course, guys. Absolutely brilliant, of course, guys. Little bit of news there, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up, Ephraim. What's going on, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good evening, Sal. Some of our fans are disgusting what they said about Euro and Amorim. They do not deserve support in this beautiful club. They don't deserve it. If you're saying bad things, let's forget about Ruben Amorim for a second. Ruben Amorim's old enough. He's got thick skin. He's been around the block. He knows about criticism. But Lenny Euro, guys. You know what I mean? Come on, guys. That guy was one of our best players last season. And you want to throw him under the bus now. This is what is wrong with Manchester United. This is precisely what is wrong with our football club right now. This is what it is. This reactionary, disloyal, potty mouth, arrogant, egotistical section of our fan base that just want to be proven right, just want to throw everyone under the bus. Because what are they? They're nothing but thugs. Wannabe thugs. That's all they are. They have no idea what football is. They have no idea about the history of Man United. They have no idea what our football club is about, the adversity that our football club has suffered. Don't know nothing about 1958, 1968, 1974, 1986. Don't know nothing about that. All they know about is vibes, bruv. Vibes, bruv. That's what it is. The man dem talk. That's what it is. I've been saying it for a long time. You know what I mean? How many man dem do you need to change a light bulb at the end of the day? You know what I mean? Every one of them. There you go. RJ, Dalot has a rare good game. He had a rare decent game, RJ. Yes, and I'll give him his flowers, of course. Bobby, I think I read that one. Big up, Bobby. Hope you're doing well, my guy. Hope you're blessed. Who's the man? Their man them. You got to learn about what the man them is, guys. And I'll tell you, it's a section I call the man them. I call them the man them because they're very similar. So they're like basically minions. They're like minions. So there's a lot of them, and they have their little minions. Some of them have Pogba pictures, Martial pictures. Some of them have Greenwood pictures. Some of them have, their favorite player. I call them they're the minions of football. So they're like the man them. All right, and there's if you see a show called Man Dem Talk, you will know what it is, and you know how low your IQ has to go down. You might have to decrease it a little bit. You might have to play dum dum. My first football talk, football talk for dummies and all that business. At the end of the day, you have to be very careful what you listen to and what you feed into. Unfortunately, the people listen to them, 16, 17-year-olds, 15-year-olds, listen to them and they take it on board. Oh, Ruben Amorim's this, Ruben Amorim's a fraud, Ruben Amorim's this, Ruben Amorim's that. And at the end of the day, look, guys, I'm not sitting here, right? I'm not sitting here on one side of the fence here. I understand, right? I understand. I care about what Man United are. All I care about is Manchester United. That's all I care about is the football club. I only care about this football club. I don't care about my opinion. I don't care about anything. But what I will do, I will call things out. I will look at things in context. I will look at the bigger picture in regards to things and what's going on at the football club and how any manager can walk into this football club and will have a similar outcome, guys. And this is what I've been talking about. Do you know what I mean? And Ruben Amorim is a good manager. He will be a good manager. He'll be proven. I've not been proven wrong so far, guys. So at the end of the day, we'll see. And what was my prediction on Sunday, yesterday? 2-1. Absolutely. When PMB people are denying it. Dorgu has everything to be good at left midfield, whatever wing back. It's just for his final ball. He can become a crucial player. But he's young, isn't it? RJ, he's young. He's going to make mistakes. He's not the finished article yet. This is what people don't quite understand, isn't it, my friend? They don't quite understand that. They don't understand that young players make mistakes. They're not the finished article. I remember a young David Beckham. He was guess where he was at 20 years old, by the way? Guess where David Beckham was at 20-year-old? Preston North End. That's where David Beckham was at 20 years old. So at the end of the day, look, these guys, honest to God, are crying out loud. Come on, guys. Give them a chance. They've been thrown in the deep end here. And I'll say the same whether it was Rasmus Højlund or whether it was Scott McTominay or whether it was, whatever young player it was. Do you know what I mean? Kenny, Lenny Yoro has definitely got the tools to be world class. Our own fan base need to chill. They need to chill, brother. They need to chill. Man, they really do. They haven't seen how Man United became the great Man United that they became. They really don't understand it because they only saw the final product. They weren't old enough to see how we got there. They don't know. They don't remember the David Bellion days. They don't remember these times when we were struggling to get in the top four. They don't remember that, right? They just remember the final product, 2008, 2013. They remember that vaguely. I remember everything. I remember how we became the best team in the world. I remember that in the 90s. I remember exactly when and where I was when the class of 92 broke through. I remember us losing 3-1 to Aston Villa. I remember us the next game beating West Ham 2-1. I remember us going to Ewood Park and getting an impressive 2-1 victory against the champions at the time, Blackburn Rovers, with Beckham bending one in the corner. I remember all that, guys. I was there. And this is the thing with these people. They weren't there. They didn't see it. They didn't watch it on television. They were too young. And that's no offense to anyone that's too young, because a lot of people who are young as well do have good footballing opinions, like my guy here, Kenny, and people like that have good footballing opinions. But what I would say is this, right? A lot of those people who are slandering, obviously, certain players like Lenny Yoro, like Patrick Dorgu, are absolute disgrace. I will say it like this with chest. They are a disgrace, and they are a disgrace to this badge. They are a disgrace to this football club, and they should not be anywhere near this football club. They shouldn't even be to even say that they support the football club is an insult in itself. Do you know what I mean? I'm seeing people on Twitter with big platforms. I'm seeing Ricky from the United Stand, guys. I'm seeing Ricky from the United Stand saying that Luke Shaw would get into the Manchester United treble winning side. That guy's old enough to see it. That guy's old enough. He's old enough. He's been there. Who ahead of Ricky? Please tell me. I'm curious to know, because I really want to know. Who would you place Luke Shaw ahead of, Ricky? Because Luke Shaw's a left back. We played a 4-4-2. So let's see. Who would you play him instead of? Dennis Irwin, one of the greatest left backs of all time. You're playing like Dennis Irwin, right? Who can run forward, track back, defend, score, always fit, free kicks, penalties, assists, you name it. Class, world class. I actually put him in the top 3 best left backs of the last 50 years, right? And who's he going to go on ahead of him? Luke Shaw, the guy who only gets fit for England, you know what I mean? Who's only fit this season because England are going to be playing in the World Cup. Come on, guys. And this is the sort of dumbed down opinions, low IQ opinions that we see it. They have a big platform and they abuse that big platform with absolute diarrhea football knowledge. And that is what I'm talking about, guys. It has to stop, guys. It has to stop. We have to start talking logic here, guys. And this is what we have. This is why some of these channels, they're not respected. Even though how big they are, they're not respected because of this kind of thing right here. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And you know, like when you could have your opinion on Luke Shaw. It's absolutely fine. You could have your opinion on certain players. But people would rather throw Lenny Yoro under the bus and praise Luke Shaw, who used to bribe, you know, the physiotherapist when he used to turn up late for his physiotherapy sessions, right? And he used to buy him a little bottle of champagne, right? You would rather back a guy like that up, who, apart from Lenny Yoro, right? Or Patrick Dorgu, who's never online, who's never around partying and stuff like that, got his head down, concentrating on football, trying to improve. Right, and this is what we're talking about. Every single person here plays a part, not just the young player people, the older generation as well. They have a big part to play in this, guys. They have a massive part to play in this because they are part of the problem. When you slander players like Lenny Yoro, who's only in his 20 years old, what is he? Dorgu, 20 years old. Come on, guys. Come on. What happened to Manchester United fan base? What happened to us? What happened? Where did we go wrong here? Where did we go wrong where it's okay to start slandering these players? I don't know. I really don't. Absolutely madness. Of course, big up Noah. How you doing, my bro? Hope you're doing well. Ephraim, Sal, spotting about, man, their knowledge is like, it's in the bin, guys. I mean, you know what? They get together about 6 or 7 or even 10 of them to make up one brain cell. That's exactly what it is at the end of the day. And guys, I will prove it as well, to be honest with you. I will prove it. You know what I mean? One day they'll come on it and they will, you know, I will have to cook them, unfortunately. Guys, I've cooked big people. You know what I mean? There you go. On my own. Slicer said, Yoro is the GOAT. So is Dorgu. Yoro still made an epic save in the first half. People forgot about that, didn't they, Slicer said? That magnificent tackle. Didn't they forget about that, isn't it? Against Palace. Remember, Yoro nearly died with a crucial head save for us. I think it was against Leon. Yeah. Dorgu loves, Yoro loves Manchester United. Yoro loves Manchester United. People forgotten about that great clearance, by the way. I remember which one it is. I don't forget about that. My mind isn't selective. I remember that. I remember everything about the game. And I said it during the game. Oh, people won't mention that. People won't mention that, will they? They won't talk about that. They won't put that up in the highlights and stuff like that, will they? They won't talk about that match-saving save tackle that he made against Crystal Palace yesterday, or you know, putting his head on the line against Lyon. They won't do that. Of course, they won't do that because you know what? At the end of the day, they've already made up their mind and they're not going to change their mind because that would mean them being wrong, which would disrupt their ego. You know what they are? You know what they are? Narcissists. A lot of them. They're all narcissists. They're narcissistic behavior. You know, they just want to be right. You know, and they're you're wrong, I'm right. You're wrong, I'm right. Delusions of grandeur. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. Respect the king. Big up, respect him. Absolutely. Slicer said, big up yourself. Hope you're well. I hope we can go free against West Ham. That would bring Lacey. Big up, RJ. We only are 9 points behind Arsenal and we have some winnable fixtures coming up. Come on, United. You know what I would say, Bobby? I'm not saying Man United are going to challenge for the league, although I'd love that to happen. But we lost an 8-point lead with a month to go once, you know. We lost an 8-point lead with a month to go at the end of the day. So anything can happen in football. Of course, we know that. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, guys, absolutely. RJ, Sal, I want Wharton or Anderson. Any would be nice. Absolutely. Guys, I wanted to ask you the question. Who has impressed you the most? Who has impressed you the most in regards to Wharton, Anderson, and Belabor? Like, I'm going to do a poll, guys, because I want you guys to let me know. So I'm going to do a poll in regards to this. Who has impressed you the most? Wharton, Anderson, or Belabor, guys? Let me know. Let me know, guys, what you're thinking, what your thoughts are in regards to this. Right, let me just get this up. I'm gonna do this now. Let me see how many people. Only 18 people have clicked a like, guys. Come on, guys. We've had 40 in the house. Let's get those likes up, guys. Don't forget to smash the likes, guys. Absolutely good. Big up everyone, of course, smashing a like. Of course, guys. Now let me just write this down. I'm gonna write this. Oh, and poll. There we go. So I'm gonna do a no poll, guys. Now I'm gonna do a poll. Here we go. Okay, start the poll. All right, who has impressed the most versus Man United? Okay, Anderson, Alaba, or finally Wharton. There we are. Let me know what you guys think. I'm interested to know. I'm interested to know what you guys think. Let me know what you think, guys. Who has impressed you the most? I know. For me, it's probably Anderson. I thought he played well. He's the reason that Nottingham Forest got a draw in that game. Absolutely. Sorry, Jamie. Amazing how as soon as we won the game, those fan channels could only find things negative to say. Exactly. It's so boring now. We win, it's the players. We lose, it's the manager. No balance in opinions. You know exactly what you said there, Jamie, which is very, very important point, which is balance. Balance in your opinion. You could come on the stream and say like this. I give you an example. Like I give example, Mark Goldbridge, for example. Mark Goldbridge will come on and he'll say, "Look, you know what? This is not sustainable. We're not playing. We're playing survival football. You know, we can't keep playing like this, relying on moments and blah. But you know what? I'm going to celebrate the win. It was a good win, a tough place to go. That's a balanced thing, right? That's a balanced comment. These people were going, "Nah, bruv, we were lucky, bruv. We were lucky. We're lucky that if that didn't happen, he's a fraud, bruv. He keeps playing this player, but no positive. This can't. We got to sack him now. This is not sustainable." This is what it is. Not one word comes out their mouth where what a win. Crystal Palace haven't lost since February at home. I don't care the context. I really don't care about Crystal Palace with their context at the end of the day, because they talk about context when it's Crystal Palace, don't they? They talk about, they played in Europe in midweek when it's Crystal Palace, but when it's Ruben Amorim, they don't talk about 4 out of 10 window, do they? They don't talk about that context, do they? They just talk about their own opinion, and they worship their own opinion. And to be honest with you, yesterday, it's predictable. It's predictable. Like the sunrises in the UAE. It is so predictable, guys, at the end of the day. And, the negativity. I just find it hilarious. I write a comment on my Twitter, and you see him. I say, Ruben Amorim deserves praise for the second half performance. No, he doesn't. What? He doesn't. Why doesn't he? He managed a win against Crystal Palace away, which many teams are going to go to Crystal Palace and not win this season. And some have lost. Even Liverpool have lost there, of course. Real Madrid have been abysmal for so far, Sal. I think they need to Vinny Jr. Sal, I don't know. Matata is such a diver, Sal. Never foul. It was never foul, and I've said it now. It was an accident. It was an accidental foul. I agree with that. I'll argue that to the cows come home. It was an accidental foul and shouldn't have been a penalty. Absolutely. And Matata looked all wrong when he dropped. Absolutely. Big up Slice of Sib, by the way. Casado yesterday acted like he got hurt. That tackle was almost a leg breaker. It was almost a leg breaker, and he really ruined the game for Chelsea, because I felt Chelsea would have won that game. I was watching that game, bits and bobs of it, because I was meant to do a watch along, but sorry, guys, I was a little bit busy. I got caught up with a couple of things, so I saw bits and bobs of it. I saw a little bit of highlights of the game, and Chelsea were dominant in the first half. I'll be honest with you, Chelsea were dominant, and I was looking at them and thinking Chelsea are going to win this game. Then they went down to 10 men. They still nearly won the game. But they went down to 10 men. And I think they did expose Arsenal in some parts. They did expose some weaknesses in Arsenal. And hopefully, future teams that play Arsenal will exploit those weaknesses. Let's hope so. You never know. Of course, games are running out. To be honest, I don't know if Mateta dived or Euro was a bit clumsy on him. It's a bit of both, but it was an accident. It wasn't a clear-cut foul, obviously, of course, guys. Big up XTTT. Big up my guy. Big up my friend. Lawrence, I'm considering switching from Real to Barca to support Marcus. We have real kudos for beating Chelsea, who should have beaten Arsenal yesterday. Big up. Hopefully, Barcelona sign Marcus Rashford permanently. That's one thing I would say. Don't want him back. Marky, why we have the best channel and fan that have sense and have backed Amorim since beginning? Why we have the best? This is the best channel, guys. I may not be the biggest at the moment, but rest assured, we will be. We will be the biggest, and those you legends in the chat right now will not be forgotten. You won't be brushed under the carpet like some of those other channels, of course, guys. This channel will grow immensely. The plans I have for this channel, the big guys that I have planned for this channel, guys, you don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm so excited. I'm not going to give it a kiss of Jeff. I'm not going to say anything, but I'm telling you guys, some big things are coming for this channel, and this is the place to be, Stretford Post. And anyone who falls off now, it's very, very hard to get back on that ship. Definitely. Titanic settings, guys. Absolutely. Sinking ship. You're not getting back on it. Absolutely. There you go. Absolutely. Kenny, Jamie, they are very selected to their own opinions. Yep. And they don't want to hear anyone else's. But with me, it's different, guys. I would read out everyone's opinions. Everyone's opinions here, I would read out their opinions. I don't care who it is. I don't care if they agree with me. I would read out their opinions and I give my opinion on that opinion, of course. I don't know who's more of a penalty merchant between Mateta, and they're both the same, my friend. It's club for FC Facts. Big up, my guy. Absolutely. Hi, South. Told you Chelsea would stop. Come on, Asif. Big up, Asif. How you doing, brother? Hope you're doing well. I think Chelsea should have won, though. Very clumsy with a red card, of course. I think they would have won, and that would have been nice, of course. Absolutely. Lawrence, with all due respect, shouldn't be supporting the two of the most corrupt clubs in La Liga. Kenny, there you go. Kenny said it there, Lawrence. Kenny said it there. By the way, Kenny, I would stress, if it's between Barcelona and Real Madrid, it's Real Madrid. And let me tell you why it's Real Madrid. I'll tell you why it's Real Madrid. Let me tell you guys why it's Real Madrid. Real Madrid and Man United have a rich history between each other. When the 1958 Munich disaster happened, Man United were ready to dominate European football, but unfortunately, the tragedy happened where we lost a lot of our great players, right? And the only team really that really stood up was Real Madrid. So Real Madrid won the European Cup. I've forgotten when it was, 1959 or 58. 58 or 59, they won the European Cup. And they said that this is not our European Cup. This is Manchester United's European Cup. This should be theirs. You know, this is where you get history. You know when you try to teach people history, they don't want to listen. They call you the History Channel. But when you bring up anything, they have selective outrage. So this is what we're talking about, right? Real Madrid dedicated that to Manchester United. And when you read the story about the relationship between Man United and Real Madrid, I know it's been rocky in recent years. I know that Real Madrid have been very successful. Man United haven't been where they should be, of course. But if it's between Real Madrid and Barcelona, if you know your history, it's Real Madrid every single day. You know what I mean? I'm not particularly fond of anyone, but when I look at the history and I read about the history and I read about the Munich disaster and I read about what they did and stuff like that, I just have to applaud, you know? Tuto, what's going on? What's going on? How you doing? Oh, you doing? Buonasera. Hope everything is good with you, legends. Hope everything is good. Hope you're having a good time. Hope you're blessed. Let's go, people. Smash the likes. Thank you so much, guys. 50 likes, guys. Come on, guys. Is that too much to ask? 50 likes? It's too much? I don't think it is. Absolutely not. Definitely not, guys. Thank you so much, Tuto. Big up yourselves. You were correct about the scoreline, Sal. Kudos. Thank you, mate. Thank you, mate. At the end of the day, I don't come on there proclaiming to be David Blaine. I know I look a little bit like David Blaine, but I'm not going to proclaim to be like David Blaine. But one thing I will never do is give up. And so far, whether on Mo's channel, whatever channel I'm on, I predicted the right score. I said 2-1, and there we go. Lo and behold, it's very rare that I get anything wrong on this channel. I think I should go on his channel and predict a little bit more so that I can get it, so it comes true again. I think Mo's a little. Mo's an oracle. Mo. He don't like Man United, but he's an oracle. I think he's a good luck charm for Man United because every time I go on his channel, we seem to win. So Mo's the oracle, and you go on Mo's channel and just say, Mo, Sal said you're an oracle, because every time you go on his channel, Man United win, and the score he predicts comes true. It's ridiculous, isn't it? At the end of the day, Jamie. Everett at 20 was in the second division in France. Absolutely. Ended up being one of the legends. These children need to learn their history. They don't understand it, mate. They don't know what history is because it doesn't count in regards to their opinion. Their narrative gets put to the back seat and they don't like that. It hurts their ego. It's a narcissistic behavior. That's what it is. That's what it is. So look, I'll give you an example, right? Flex. I have nothing against Flex. I met Flex. We went to the United Stand football trials together. I met him, but you got it wrong, mate. You got it wrong about tweaking the system. You got it wrong. But he's thrown out every single tactic in the book to try and prove that he's right. Why? Just give it up, mate. We're all wrong sometimes. We're human beings at the end of the day. You know what I mean? None of us sitting on a yacht somewhere with the billions coming down. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, come on. Just hold it. You lost the debate. Hold it. Stop trying to make excuses in regards to that. And this is exactly what we're saying. It's narcissistic behavior, characteristics. They got something wrong upstairs. I don't know what it is at the end of the day. They just want to be right. That's all it is. I want to be right. I don't want to be wrong. No. I'm never going to be wrong. And you know where that comes from? Spoiled. They've always been told, yes, you're amazing. You are this, you're that. They've always been told, so, you know what I mean? It's like Diary of a CEO. You actually think Diary of a CEO was born in poverty? My goodness me, that guy talks like bloody Henry VIII. Look at him. You know what I mean? He ain't got no ends. I mean, there we go. Like, this is what I'm talking about. And these guys are privileged. You know, they're privileged. And to be honest with you, look, it just make me laugh. Do you know what I mean? Big up Sal, big up LT. Yora is a very young, and we need to consider that. Well, there aren't many centre backs in top clubs at his age, absolutely. And some of our fans live in the dreamland where the players they want him to be prime Desai LT. That's what they want him to be. Oh, he should be prime Desai. That's what they should be. Absolute nutters, absolutely. At the end of the day, as if people want to prove Amram so wrong, so hard. Absolutely. This guy is stubborn as hell. He is the man who wants his players on his way or the highway. He just has 4 signings and all of them already are proven pivotal. There you go. As if you said it right there, brother. You said it right there. The signings that he's made have all been brilliant. I know people are going to say, but Sesko. Sesko's been good. You know what I mean? This myth that he's been crap. We miss him, innit? You see that we miss him. You know what I mean? He's brilliant for the team. And Cunha's been good and Bremo's been good, right? But they can only do so much on their own. Get another 4 or 5 players for Ruben Amram. You're going to see a completely different side, guys. You're going to see a completely different side. Fix that midfield. You're going to see a completely different animal. Trust me. Luke Shaw in the treble. What the fuck? I mean, ask Ricky. I don't know, mate. Ask Ricky. Ridiculous. Ricky is so delusional. I don't know whether he does it for clicks and likes. I really don't. He does feed into the narrative, doesn't he? Absolutely. Kenny. Luke Shaw is in the treble winner, my lord. I don't know how he did come under that Instagram post. Oh, my goodness me. Don't know how that came. Oh, goodness. I think it was Twitter where someone said that Garnacho is so basic. Garnacho is he's a basic brother. Garnacho is as frustrating player as he is. He's not a world-class player, is he? As I said, would you ever do YouTube collabs soon, bro, or someday with the right channels? I do with anyone, Slice and Sip. I will do a collaboration with anyone, but I'm not going to change my opinion to suit a narrative. I'm not going to go on DR Sports or Flex or United View or United Stand or any other channel, whether it's Mo or whether it's Hussam, whether it's anyone I've been on. I'm not going to change the way I am. And that's the way it is. I'm not going to change my opinion on what I say respectfully. And that's what I'll never do that. But I invite anyone to invite me on. And that's what if they dare. Look, I've been on Mo and I've been on Hussam. They're great brothers. I've got a lot of love for them. And I thank them for inviting me on their channel. They're not Man United fans. In fact, they're the complete opposite. But I go on there and I speak with chest. That's what I do. And I keep it edgy. Sometimes it gets me in trouble, but I keep it edgy. That's what I do. And I think that's how it should be, edgy. Obviously, I need to tone down sometimes, but that's me. I'm a human being. At the end of the day, I'm passionate about my football club. But if I go on any other stream, I'm not going to change my narrative. I'm not going to make my club look stupid just to feed into a narrative that they want so they can laugh at Man United. And that's what they want. They want you to speak like them and give the opinion like them so that they can laugh at Man United. And I'm not in for laughing at Man United. Just like the United Strand, right? United Strand, this guy, right? At the end of the day, it's making a mockery of Manchester United. It is. Come on, guys. It's making a mockery of the football club. We have to admit it, And at the end of the day, people saying, oh, he's not in it for money. He's in it for money. He tried to charge me to come on the channel. He agreed to come on the channel. When it came to the day before the show, he said, I need money for it. This is why guys, come on. These are not Man United fans out there. I've had Tony Cottee. I've had Jason McAteer. I've had Ben Jacobs on 3 times. I've had loads of people. I've never been charged. What? Out of principle. And the reason I wanted to be in the United Strand on the channel, guys, just to clarify, I wanted to get to know how much he really knows about Manchester United. That's what I wanted to know. I wanted to know how much he really knows about the football club. And that's what I wanted. That's why I wanted him on the show, because I wanted to know how much he loves the football club. Obviously, doesn't. Anyone could say that, oh, yeah, I've done some, charity work and that. Good. Yeah, soften the lies, of course. Asif, by the way, Sal, players like Shaw are at the end of the road at United. Please let Amram have his own team, then decide. Amram picked junk. He ain't Slot, who picked Gem from Klopp and his failure. Look, at the end of the day, I do believe that you need to start integrating Aiden Heaven into that team. I do believe that. I do believe that Luke Shaw is a bit of a problem. We all saw the lift when Licha Martinez walked on, guys. When Licha Martinez came on that football pitch yesterday, every single Man United fan had a boost like they've had 30 Red Bulls. That's what it was like, guys. Absolutely. Luke Shaw's a terrible player and a manipulator. Big up Anderson all day. I agree. Anderson all day. Absolutely. Anderson all day. I agree. This season is full of opportunities. The team will stand solid, will benefit at this end of the season. Hope United will be there. I mean, we will. As if I don't even say if, I always say that we will. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, we have to. And I said at the beginning of the season. Anderson, of course. He changed the game, of course. Anderson by far. Anderson is winning, guys. Anderson's winning by far, guys. Anderson without a doubt, but Forest won't let him go in January. Most likely not, unless Man United pay almost double the price, which they're not going to do. I'm Amramin. Come on, Bobby. Big up my friend. Spot on Sal. I do not know why Ricky obsession about Shaw. Yes, I mean, because it brings clicks and brings likes. That's the only thing I can think about it. I don't really know. Then you throw certain players under the bus. I am Amram in, of course, but I am also Club FC. Exactly, Slices. No one denies this, mate. And this is what I am. I'm Manchester United FC. I'm in the middle. I'm not extreme in. I'm not extreme out. And that goes with the players as well and everything all about. I am Manchester United in the middle, Manchester United in. That's what I am. I've said that for years, all my life. I was on another channel from the day one, and it went over 100,000 people like me forgotten about. I love the content on this channel. It gives me a reason to be up early every morning. Benny, you're a legend, mate. Benny, you're a legend. Did you know, Benny, that I have a list of all you guys? Did you know I have a list of every single person that has supported my channel? You know, I have a list of them. I have like a proper hit list, not a hit list, but, you know, a list of people that have been here from the beginning. You know that? You know that? Since I first turned on and done live content. I used to do content before, but it was not live. It was pre-recorded when I used to interview people and stuff. But the people who supported this channel from the beginning, never going to be forgotten, guys. Never going. They're going to play a big part, actually. They're going to play a big part in this channel. When this channel grows, hopefully, God willing, this channel will get to where it deserves to be, you know, and anyone else who's making real content will get to where they deserve to be at the end of the day. Big up, Benny. You absolute legend. Absolute legend. Keep up the good work, Sal. Big up, my friend. You absolute legend. Dave, good afternoon. How you doing? I'm seeing City fan channels are saying that Anderson has decided to choose City. Where are they getting it? I don't know at the end of the day, but their sources are as empty as the Etihad on a Saturday afternoon. To be honest with you guys, they ain't getting their sources from anywhere. Would he prefer Man City? Guys, we have to be realistic here in regards to players like Anderson. Anderson's not a Manchester United fan. So this is something that I was talking about today and the day before yesterday and the day before that. Manchester City have emerged as contenders for Anderson's signature. However, Man United need to get the groundwork done. They are very interested in Anderson, but Man United need to get this deal done quickly. If we can try and get it done in January, even better. Even if we get a deal done in principle and he doesn't come in January, comes in the summer, Man United need to get some kind of agreement going with Anderson because, look, guys, it does depend on Champions League. Of course, it depends on Champions League. Anderson wants to play in the Champions League. No doubt about that. But if Man United want to get him and Man United want to get him, they have to get him quickly. Because you know, not only Man City, other teams are going to be in for him as well. The Arsenals, the Liverpools, the Chelseas, they're going to be in for him as well. So we need to make sure that we get something agreed, whether it's just a verbal agreement. As I said the other day, whether it's a little signature on a tissue like Messi did all those years ago, we have to try and get something done. You know what I mean? Because, this guy, he's the player. He's going to be the Declan Rice, guys. And we missed out on Declan Rice, and I don't want us to miss out on him. Asif, by the way, Sal, who do you want to win the league this season? If it's not United, it's not the race. Keep up the cup in mind and then reply. Who do I want? If it's not Man United, I never give up until it's mathematically impossible. I know it's very unlikely, I say, but I never give up. Who do I want? It's not about wanting. It's who I prefer. Who do I prefer to win the league? Chelsea. Because look, let me tell you why. Because Chelsea have won the Champions League and you don't really hear much about them. I know that I'm starting to see more Chelsea fans as I get older. You know, when I was younger, there were no Chelsea fans. But, Chelsea, because their fans are not as bad as Arsenal. You know, it's a bit like saying, what do you want to keep, your index finger or your thumb? You know what I mean? That's what it's like. You know what I mean? You got Liverpool, Arsenal. You got Arsenal. You got Chelsea. You've got, who else? Man City. 3 of them. You know what I mean? I'm taking Chelsea. I'm taking Chelsea all day long. In my opinion, Arsenal and Man City and Liverpool and no, absolutely no. Sesko has been decent so far this season, but my days I miss Cunha a lot more. Big up, Kenny. You should collab with Expressions. If Expressions will collab with me, Expressions fantastic. I like Expressions. A very very expressionist sort of guy. A very good, a very very talented individual. And this is what I'm talking about. It's what I'm talking about. I rate people. I rate expressions. I think he's talented. I think he's wicked. He should be on television often. Should have his own TV show. Trust me, expressions. If you're watching this, you should have your own TV show, mate. You're absolutely a talented individual, mate, and you're going to the top, man. Absolutely. But give some of that personality back to your brother, because you're taking it all. You're taking all the personality expressions. What's going on, man? Share the load. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. But don't worry, because I've got a brother who took all the rhythm. I can't dance to save my life. He took all the rhythm. He's the musician. I was just a manager. There you go, guys. Absolutely. Big up, everyone, of course. Jamie, very clear Amram signings. We've been much better with them in the team. 4 out of 10 window, let him down, but nobody wants to believe that this content. They don't want to believe that because it goes against what they believe in. And it will hurt their ego, their narcissistic mannerism. Of course, Dave, they probably, they got that indicator sauce. Oh, goodness me. Can you imagine? Yeah, there you go. Sources is empty as their bloody Etihad. So I agree with you that Man United needs to sign a midfielder, left wing back, right wing back, because the Bremo, Diallo, and Mazrou are going to the. Yeah, they are, mate. They are. I will be doing Noah. I will be doing watch along for the African nations, of course. Looking forward to it. I will be doing some watch alongs for the African nations, of course. Who does Anderson support? I think he supports Newcastle, my friend. Let me have a look. I'm going to find out who does Anderson support. Who does that? Doesn't say here. Just says about signing for Man City. That's all it says. Nothing else. I don't know. I think he supports Newcastle. Big up everyone in the stream, of course, guys. Show some love. Dave, it's good that the United strand. It's good that guys' nonsense isn't being linked with us that we lose a game. It got to a point where I got annoying. I'm only worried when United lose, not if a guy gets to shave his hair. I think the thing is, mate, is that Man United came from adversity, Man United came from tragedy, and people shouldn't be trying to profit from that tragedy. And I take that seriously, mate. I do. Fair play if he wants to do something else in regards to Man United, but, glorifying defeat and a bad period in Man United's history, which he is, and no one wins 5 games in a row, by the way. It's only a couple of teams. It's wrong. It's wrong. And as I saw yesterday, as I saw the day before, all I see is his face. And to be honest with you, I like him. I say, listen, I don't hate you, mate. But you know what? You're irritating the Man United fan base. You're irritating the history of Man United. And that's what it is. And I don't say that as a humbug. I'm saying that as a factual thing. As a person who knows people at Man United, top people, been fans for 50-odd years. They're annoyed. Not happy with it. And you're annoying them. You've got to stop. Again, in regards to Anderson, we on here, Stretford Post said it first. Thank you so much, Benny. We need to have the groundwork done on Anderson. We said it here a month ago. Exactly, Benny. But people want to copy the old Stretford Post, don't they? They don't want to give me the credit for it. But yeah, look, you know what we do. Can I be honest with you, Benny? I think we're going to miss out on him. I think we will. I don't think we're going to do the groundwork. I don't think we're going to get it done. I don't have trust in Ineos, mate. Look, Man United are incredibly interested in Anderson. I've heard that from very, very big sources, guys, right? They are very interested in Anderson. They want Anderson, but I want to see action. Let's show us. Show us that you want Anderson. Now, if he signs to Man City, that's another coup in Man City's armour. They don't really need him. They've got Rodri, they've got Nico Gonzalez, they've got all these players and stuff like that, just being greedy at the end of the day. But, this is what they do. They'll get the job done, won't they? At the end of the day, they'll get the job done. Ephraim, big up, Sal. When I watch your channel show, it made me strong. You are a passionate, truthful, honest. You are a demand. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Ephraim. You're a legend, mate. Much appreciated to you, absolute diamond. Thank you so much, my friend. Really, really appreciate you. Good to see you again, as usual. I don't when Big Steve says the blue shark is coming. What an arrogant man, cheeky fan. The blue shark is coming. The only shark he has is bloody that batter, and that is a fish, and he eats a lot of it by the looks of it. Absolutely. Pick up. He's been shark, he's been eating. Bang on Sal, I want Chelsea to win too, but Garnacho is my only hate. I know, mate. It's very hard to have 100%, isn't it? Arsenal should never win it again. I hope they stay trophyless for ages to come. Yeah. Look, I can take Garnacho. I can take Garnacho. I think Garnacho is a little bit treated unfairly by some of the fan base, right? Including, you know who. But, you know, I can take that. But Arsenal will not let you hear the end of it, guys. They will not let you forget it. Let me tell you that right now. They will not let you hear the end of it. I'm telling you right now, guys. Absolutely. LT, Shaw, Maguire, Dalot, Bruno, Casemiro, and Mount should go. And we should get players to replace them. Absolutely. And that would be the start of being competitive. Because as Assis said, Amram signings are pivotal. Yep, absolutely. Big Noah, hope you're well. Big up Noah, of course. How about rumors of Real Madrid players? How about rumors of Real Madrid players? I'm talking about Federico Valverde earlier in the show, my guy. Earlier in the show, Federico Valverde, 130 million. I've already debunked that or put the bone. Midfield, Man United do need a right midfielder. Of course they do. We've had a few linked to Man United over the last few weeks. Yes, time for Sal's flowers, knowledge, history, passion, honesty. Thank you, my friend. Keep spreading the word, Jamie. Even on other channels, go in there, spread the word, my friend. Guys, absolutely. Big up, honestly, the realest fan channel around. Glad to have you, and thank you for your respect. You were respected, you. Thank you so much, my guy. Really appreciate you, Dave. If we get Anderson and Wharton, it would improve us immensely since Anderson would stabilize the midfield. Absolutely, Wharton's passing range would help us link that midfield. Absolutely, absolutely. Guys, I want to appreciate everyone for joining me today. Really thankful for that. Guys, please don't forget to hit the like. If you haven't already, hit the like on the show. And please don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you're lurking in the distance, guys. Benny, Real Madrid only sell players if there is a problem. I agree with that one. That's a good one, my friend. Absolutely. Real times. Gallagher fouled at Chelsea and then fouled at Atletico. Why are we obsessed with overrated English players? Nothing to do with English. Let's not bring English. I'm English, mate. He's not overrated. He's not overrated, mate. He'll get in every single of your African teams, mate. So don't say English, all right? Don't say that. He's not overrated. Ugarte was a failure at PSG and people made excuses for him as well. He was not a failure. He had one of the best ball recovery records in Europe. He weren't. He just, even Ruben Amorim can't understand why he's not playing the way he wants. You know what I mean? No more xenophobia, no to racism, and that's what it is, guys. Absolutely no. Look, at the end of the day, look, Gallagher's not the superstar, but he'll be a stopgap signing. That's what Gallagher would be. You know what I mean? But he'll walk into a lot of international teams around the world. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, he's going to be a stopgap signing. He didn't foul at Chelsea. He moved to Atletico Madrid. He didn't foul. It's just obviously there's a lot of players there and stuff like that. And obviously, Atletico Madrid, historically, they don't really sign English players. It's the first time that they really do it. They don't really do it at the end of the day. Look, let's not drag people down and they overrated English players. England is second in the world at the moment, in my opinion. And live with it. Hold it. You know, you're supporting an English football team. Like, let's not do that. You know what I mean, my friend? Much respect, Red Times. But yeah, look, you know what? We got to move with the times. You know what I mean? And not bring race or background into the conversation because it's nothing to do with English, overrated English. He's not overrated. He's definitely not. He's a good player. And because he's, I can't understand the hate against Gallagher because he's not fashionable because he's English and people want to hate on him. You know what I mean? He's better than Baleba at the moment. You know what I mean? But they don't want to talk about that, innit? I don't like this sort of thing. Do you know what I mean? Guys, thank you. It's because he's not got a fashionable name. That's what it is. Absolutely. We have to punish West Ham, guys. We're moving on to that West Ham game. We are moving on to it, guys. Absolutely. At the end of the day. And guys, we have to move on from that. And thank you everyone who's joined me for the great mature comments and stuff like that. You absolute legends as usual, guys. Whether we agree or not, still legends. Don't worry about it. Guys, I will be back tomorrow for the game. Not yet. But I will be back for Breaking Dawn, of course, guys. Great Irish name. Absolutely. Big up the Irish. Benny, come on. Great Irish. Thank you, Ireland, for Roy Keane, for Dennis Irwin, by the way. Always remember that. Big up the Irish of all day long. Salt of the earth people. That's how we do things on this channel. No hatred, guys. Absolutely not. Absolutely. One day I'll be there, guys. One day I'll do a live stream in Ireland. That will be good, wouldn't it? At the end of the day, guys. Absolutely. Thank you, everyone. You're absolute legends. Take it easy. And have a lovely night. Have a lovely evening. Thank you, Ephraim. You too. And guys, don't forget. Stretford Post is where it is always should be, guys, at the end of the day. Take it easy. Have a great day. Have a great night, great evening, wherever you are in the world. I'll see you tomorrow for Breaking Dawn. Make sure you join me for that. It's going to be a big one. Take it easy, guys. Have a good one. Take it easy. See you soon. Peace.